But that's okay, because even if someone's not watching, I'm gonna just go and put this VOD up once I'm done. Excuse me. What we're gonna be doing is, you know, the Hellsinker tutorial is just in itself confusing, which is a bold decision. So, I'm just gonna go through the tutorial. I'm gonna explain what the game does not explain well enough on its own. And I'm gonna, you know, offer some tips, because some of this stuff's pretty challenging. We'll just go. Before we even do that, left and right on this screen will change your character. Don't forget that. We'll be using Minogame, because Minogame is a great character if you're just starting out the game. I will cover why in more detail in a bit. We're just going to start with Chapter 1 and just go through them. Before we even start, we're going to talk about these. For speed control, this first one, always set it to momentary. I'll explain why in a little bit. This is your life cap. If you're playing for survival, 7's best. If you're playing for score, 5 is best, and you'll know when you're playing for score. You'll know when you're good enough. It's it's a journey. Bootleg Ghost. This is an autobomb. We'll explain these settings because they are not explained too well on this screen. Aspirant. For Aspirant, in order for autobomb to activate, your soul has to be maximum. It's got to be level 5. And you have to have 3 lives or less. I would just never pick this one. It's kind of the worst of both worlds, and we'll cover that in just a second. Solid state. Whenever you have a bomb or discharge, etc., which is at level 3, it'll activate. You only get 3 of them in a stage, and that's regardless of what setting you pick. But solid state is great for survival, because it's just, if you're in danger and you have a bomb available at all, it'll autobomb for you. Adept. Adept disables autobombs entirely. And it also changes some other behavior, which really only matters to score. If you're scoring, Adept is better than solid state. For a couple of reasons that don't really matter for this video. So we'll just pick solid state. Alrighty. This is the movement part. This is pretty self-explanatory, but there is something I wanted to do that they don't cover, which is the slow button. If you're playing on keyboard, it defaults to V, I think. And here's what I will say about the slow button. Do some regular movement, slow movement. Pretty dramatic, and depending on your behavior, it can get more than that. I would just not worry about the slow button. There's like 2 parts total where it comes up if you're scoring. The bullets are so fast, if you're playing for survival, you just don't have to think about it, so know that it's there, I guess, if you're interested enough in the game to play for score. Don't worry about it for now, so pick momentary, that's the least disruptive setting. So, this is showing that colliding with enemies does not hurt you. Important part of this game. This is showing off the life system. Get hit. This is pretty self-explanatory. They're going to cover autobombs here in a second. That's an autobomb. There's another one. This is seal. When you get close to a target, you can see the seal on it, and they can't fire. This is not only as long as you're close to them, but it'll last 50 seconds after. Very important to let you get up in enemies' faces sometimes. Alright, weapon types. This one just wants you to hit the button a few times, but I'm going to cover some Minogame specific stuff. Main shot. One press does that much. As I mentioned later, it's fast but not instantaneous. That'll come up. Hold You'll see the bar underneath you fill up, and when you let go, you spin. Another thing you can do is, while you're spinning, so let me charge that up again. Mash once you're spinning, and you'll spin a little bigger, but you'll cut your time down. Sub-weapon. Level 1, normal. Little homing shot. Pretty weak, but it comes out fast. Level 2 is these very strong black lasers. There's nothing to hit right now, so they don't look too impressive, but they're great. While holding the main shot, you can also hit the sub-shot. Level 1 is these clouds. These are pretty good damage, and if they hit something they can damage, they'll stop, so they're not going to fly away if you don't want them to. Level 2. This. When you're inside this, you're invincible. I have a setting so that while I'm invincible, my hitbox color changes, and also my hitbox is visible. If that confuses you, it should be in tuning dip switch, and highlighting the options will tell you. This is very useful, and that's why Minogami is pretty great for new players. Bomb. Minogami's bomb is very boring, but covers the full screen, and it lasts a long time. So it's pretty great for helping you not die. Alright. One thing to note is bombs get stronger at level 5 compared to level 3. So I'm going to wait for level 5 for this erasing part, because it'll last longer and it'll erase more bullets. That was 40% just with that one. If I do it at level 3, a little less. And I had more stuff on the screen even. This is gauges. Luna goes down when you use your main shot. Soul goes down if you bomb. They both recover pretty well on their own, but there's ways to make it faster, which we'll cover later. Suppression. This blue field around me right now is suppression. If you don't fire your main shot for several seconds, this will come up. As you can see, if bullets last in it long enough, they erase and they get replaced with these little purple crystals. This arrowhead that they're going to do cannot be erased by suppression. It'll slow down, which in a situation like this is actually more dangerous, because they can gum up the screen. If you want to get through this, kind of move like me. That'll get you through. I'll explain that more, because it'll come up again later. These bullets, you can suppress them, but you could also just shoot them. And it's better to shoot them, because it's faster, and you get points for it. Stella is rank. Some easy ways to lower rank: get hit. You'll drop those comets, which will get you some of the rank you got back up. Another way is if you graze a bunch of bullets. You see that appeasement counter, maybe. Eventually, these pink items will drop from the top once I get that number down to 0. And picking those up lowers your rank. Rank is kind of a complicated subject, but that's what you need to know to get through this part of the tutorial. Terra, don't worry about this. It's kind of complicated. They don't even go in depth in it, so don't worry about it. It's for an extra stage, we'll say. These are items. The one on the left here, the little S, will refill my soul gauge. The other two will give me more Luna gauge. These do come up during play, because you can use them to recharge faster. Pull out some new attacks, or attacks more quickly. Just like these lower it, greens raise it. You know, use that information as you will. Life chips and revives. The revives on the right, these big ones, give you an extra life. These little chips on the left decrease your necessary counter for your next life. They're both useful. Comets are next. When you die, you spit out some of these, and they give you some of the Stella you lost back when you died. Not all of it. Right side is scoring stuff. You don't super have to worry about it. Unless you're scoring, of course. Immortality. Gaining lives when you're at the life cap will instead give you points. Spirit. This is a big part of scoring, so if you're interested in that, you know, chase those extra lives. Alright, here's the first difficult part, so I'm gonna pause for a second. There's 2 goals on screen. One of the goals is to destroy all the cores. That one's pretty easy, and it's kind of showing you the difference between optimizing points and optimizing kills, because both matter. Some tips, your bullets are fast but not instantaneous. So that means you can't like hit the button and then wait and then see what happens because they're slow. So you're gonna waste too much time doing that. So you kind of have to know how many hits what you're shooting at takes and then go for it, as I'll show you. We'll do cores first, because that's easy. Oops. This will probably take a few tries. It's not... That's, not even free for me. Wings will take about... Hello! Wings will take about 2 shots for those first guys. I did explain some stuff at the beginning. The VOD will be available pretty much immediately, because I'm expecting to be pretty short. To reiterate, though... Whoops. One thing that will help with this part is knowing ahead of time how many bursts of your shots you need. Because if you sit here and wait, too slow. I'll do all cores. And I didn't even manage that. Okay. Oh, I hit a wing. Okay, there's all cores. So here's your best way... Oh, come on. The best way to handle wings is they take about 2 bursts. I'm gonna let this one time out because I've already died, so... Wasted a bunch of time already. God damn it. I am a little out of practice. I was doing this earlier today and I was getting it, and now I'm not. Oh, come on. But I am hopefully showing off that you have to be pretty fast. Whoops. Almost. I actually did it in time, I just did not get everything. There we go. This one again. The main thing to note is if you destroy the enemy marked master, everything dies. This is not just for scoring, but enemies can act differently depending on how they're killed like this. For example, if I get rid of all the extra dudes and then kill the middle guy, it doesn't shoot a bunch of extra bullets, so that can be important for survival. Won't do that. Destroy all of these guys, that's important. Or it doesn't give it to you. Oh. There we go. Oh, I'm lagging a little bit. There we go. Breakthrough. Again, this is just score extends. They're pretty useful for scoring reasons, for a reason you'll learn later, essentially. The main show, though, is to survive at the end. Here we go. This is the best way to handle it, essentially. This first part. Have your suppression up. Just suppress all this stuff. Don't spend any resources. This. Do spend resources. This part is very scary. Just try and get things off the screen as quickly as possible. Streaming. You want to make these U-shapes. This is not 100% free. You still have to look at bullets right next to you. But for example, I can look away from the screen and dodge a lot of that. Kind of like that. I can even die, and I'll show you that again. Let me bonk into something. So start on one end, go up, go up, go up. Like that. That'll get you through that pretty much every time. After that, the survival part's actually not bad for most of it. There's some scary stuff. Like right here, just keep suppression up. It'll slow stuff down. Since this is just survive, just tear through stuff real quickly. Use lots of bombs. These S pieces give you more bombs, so if you pick them up, you can bomb more often. It'll keep you alive. This is another scary part coming up, I think. Yes. You can kind of use stream at the same, or you can use resources, or you can do both. It's pretty scary. We'll get there in a second. One thing that helps is because these guys fire multiple times, make sure you're shooting the whole time if you get any of them off the screen. They can't keep firing, and your dodging will be a little easier. Not a lot, because they're really fast. Alright, that's the other hard part. These guys are just annoying. Whoops, and I run right into one. This movement is great for aim shots, because they'll all just dance right around you. But these guys, the core drops bomb pieces, so you want to use that to get rid of them quickly and also to clear out bullets. Or you can just dodge them. Oh, we got these guys again. They make another appearance, but this time it's just survive. So probably in your best interest to get rid of all their little hanger-ons. These guys, just don't let them fire. Once they start going off, it gets crazy. But if you get right up in their face and just kill them, not bad. Last wave, scariest one. Get rid of this guy immediately, run up to those guys, seal them while you're invincible, and then blow them up. And there we go. What's actually great about that survive part at the end is a lot of those waves are actually in the stages. You will be facing those again in the actual stage. So it's a, you know, clever little thing they did there. With that said, that is all I had planned. If you have any questions, I can answer them, or I can point out that I answered it in the video. I'll upload that VOD essentially immediately once I'm done, and it'll probably be up on YouTube in a few hours because Twitch is slow. And if not, no one's got anything to ask, I'll just cut stream. I wanted to do that really quick before I forget because it's easier to do this than to like record it on my desktop and encode it and put it on YouTube. Plus you get to see my funny layout, which you don't get to if I recorded it on my desktop. Alrighty, I think I will just go and cut it and upload the VOD, and if anyone, anyone seeing this, either on here or on YouTube, has any questions, feel free to hit me up on Twitter. I am going to include a link if you don't already follow me on there. Very silly that the tutorial is actually pretty hard. Let's be honest. So some of the stuff did have to be explained. But with that extra knowledge, I think people will have a pretty good shot of learning the game proper. Still got a lot to learn, it's not easy. You're not anywhere close to done, but you'll have a good foothold. And so with that said, see you later, everybody.